Your bunch, this note sheet gives us a couple samples, and then it gives us 6 examples of problems that you might encounter. Your homework today is the odd. If I don't see any work, if all I see is answers, don't bother, because I won't give you not even 1 point credit, nothing. That's obviously means you didn't try anything, because these are definitely not such that you could solve them completely in your head. Example 1 just kind of explains to you how to do these types of problems utilizing a chart. Jesse scored twice as much as Raymond in game 1. We're talking about points. If Raymond scored Raymond and Jesse doubled him, then I like to use the term the base, as in who am I basing all of the other info off of. In this first scenario, I'm basing it off of Raymond. In the same way, in game 2, Jesse scored 6 fewer points. Jesse scored 6 fewer points than he himself did in the first game. And Raymond scored 8 more points than he himself did in the first game. If you struggle with this type of problems, charting might be for you. You can read example 2 on your own. It shows you some details, calories within a banana versus peaches. We're just going to go through these together today and see what we end up with. So example 1. If a chart is given, complete the chart. You don't have to. You can if it works for you. I go back and forth with charts. So find the number of 8-hour shifts that Cleo worked last month. Okay? And it looks like they're basing everything off of the count, that is how many 6-hour shifts he worked. First thing, he worked 3 times as many 8-hour shifts as 6-hour shifts. So if 6-hour shifts is X, how will we triple that to show 8-hour shifts? 3X is right. All right. And he worked a total, so the sum of his hours worked is 180 hours. Now, these last 2 pieces. How many hours are there in a 6-hour shift? How many hours are in a 8-hour shift? Okay. And they've already set this up for you. Hours per shift multiplied by the number of those such shifts will give you the total hours worked. So starting with 6-hour shift, 6 times X. Starting with 8-hour shifts, 24X. The sum of those things that he worked is 180 hours. So if their sum is 180 hours, then by adding those things together and solving for X, I should be able to find out how many he worked. Would you agree with me that he worked 6-hour shifts? What would you say he worked for the 8-hour jobbers? 18. Yep, exactly right. All they asked for is how many 8-hour shifts he worked. So that answer is enough. Now, I'm going to tell you something. On a lot of your homeworks that you guys just got back, you notice that I marked you wrong because you didn't give all of the details. If it asked for 3 sides of a triangle and you only gave me 1, you didn't answer the question. So be very aware of what they ask you for. I mean, if you give me too much, it's okay. But if you give me too little, then there's an issue there, okay? Next one. Same exact type of stuff. So number 2, Find the total weight of boxes of cheddar cheese in a shipment of 3-pound boxes of cheddar and 2-pound boxes of Swiss. Okay? I think we can probably do this column right now. Do we know how much each cheddar box weighs based on the story? And how much do Swiss boxes weigh? Yep. We got it right here in the problem. And it looks to me like they are using cheddar as their base. There it is. Everything is based on how many we have of cheddar. There are 20 less Swiss than cheddar. So if cheddar is X, what's Swiss? X minus 20. There are 20 fewer Swiss. So everything's based off of cheddar. So cheddar's X, Swiss is 20 minus X. The total weight was 510 pounds. The sum, 510 pounds. Weight per box times number of boxes gives us a total weight. So 3 multiplied by X. Weight times number of boxes. I'm going to write it out here. 2X minus 20. The sum of the cheddars versus the Swisses, the sum of all of that cheese all together weighs 510 pounds, which means we can add it all together. 3X plus 2X minus 20 is 510. Solve from here. Use the distributive property over your 2 over your X and your negative 20. Add 40 to each side, and I would combine those guys, which gives you 5X equals 550. I added 40. So X is what, 110? So there are 110 boxes of cheddar cheese and 90 boxes of Swiss. What do they want to know? Find the total weight of cheddar. Find the total weight of cheddar. So what is the total weight of cheddar? 110 boxes, 330. So if you told me 110, you'd be wrong. Find the total weight of the boxes of cheddar. We know they're 3 pounds a box, and there were 110 boxes. And if you add it together, 330 plus 180, you'll get 510. 330 pounds of cheddar, 180 pounds of Swiss. Okay. Looks like we're going to a fair. Find the number of 20 ride tickets sold. Excuse me. I feel like there's another one in there. All right. Thank you. Looks like the 20 ride tickets is the base. And what do they say about everything else based off of this? 20 times as many 8 ride tickets as 20 ride tickets. So 20 yen? How many rides for every 20 ride ticket? How many rides for every 8 ride? I know, seems silly. So the sum of my tickets that I have sold represents 3,600 rides. Multiply rides per ticket times tickets sold. Rides per ticket times tickets sold. And the sum of what I have sold, so what is 3,600 divided by 180? And they want to know the number of 20 ride tickets sold, and since n indeed does equal 20, we've already got our answer. 20 ride tickets. 20 ride tickets. All right, just a couple more left I want to do with you guys before I let you guys finish this off. Find the amount of time Maurice spent taking bowling lessons. So we want to know how much time Maurice spent. This is the answer we're looking for. And they have given us nothing. They have not chosen where to place the variable. He took 3 times as many 2-hour bowling lessons as 1-hour tennis lessons. So which one do you want to call a variable? Tennis. If tennis is X, then bowling is triple X, because they tell us he took triple of these versus those. His total number of time was 28 hours. Bowling was 2 hours per lesson, tennis 1 hour per lesson. Multiply. You'll end up with 6x and 1x, the sum of which is 7x. So it looks like x is 4, right? How much time did Maurice spend taking bowling lessons? Say again? 12 hours for bowling? 24. 2 hours per lesson, triple the amount of tennis, and the total time is 6 multiplied by x. If x is 4, then 6x is 24. He really likes his bowling. Find the number of calories in a grapefruit and an orange. All right, I'm going to read this and then I am going to draw a chart for you. Find the number of calories in a grapefruit and an orange. An orange has 15 more than grapefruit. 20 oranges and 10 grapefruits have 1,800 calories. I'm assuming they mean all together. So the calories per item. So if an orange has more than grapefruit, grapefruit is grapefruit, he is G plus 15. 20 oranges added to 10 grapefruit, so calories times how many? 20 oranges times 10 and 10 grapefruit all together is 1,800. So here's oranges, 20 G plus 15s, added to 10G is 1,800. We can solve from here. You should be able to see how that's kind of coming apart here. So 30G plus 300. So 30G is 1,500. So our grapefruit's 50 each. Yep, and I would say an orange 65 sounds about right. Number 6 is exactly the same, so I'm not going to go over that one as well. That's 5 examples that are helpful for this lesson.